Caregivers help disabled people do basic human needs. Hey everybody, I'm Amber, a disabled gal, here to reveal or remind you that you're complete in Jesus Christ alone. Disclaimer time right here at the beginning of the video. Lots of people have different opinions on this word, and I'm just giving mine. So there's lots of different ways to describe disability. And if you have a disability and you just really love the term special needs, by all means, have at it, my friend. I know that some of my viewers like that term. Special needs is most commonly used in educational or medical settings. Over time, it is becoming kind of an outdated and perhaps even not the most helpful term. I often hear non-disabled people use it in place of the term disability or disabled because they're trying to avoid using that word. When it's used in this way, that's when I personally find it the most cringy. There's no need to avoid the word disabled or disability. There's nothing evil about acknowledging the reality that somebody has limitations. A person's value is not diminished because they need assistance. So if you're using it because you're uncomfortable with acknowledging that somebody can't do certain things, I do think that's a problem. Oftentimes when a non-disabled person uses the term special needs and they don't have a professional obligation to, that's usually an indicator to me that they're not very familiar with the terminology that most disabled people prefer. Now, some disabled people actually prefer using this term because they view it as it's acknowledging that they have certain needs that are special. For example, they might view having a wheelchair as a special need, or needing a BiPAP, something to help you breathe, as a special need. They might view using Braille as a special need. There's probably a never-ending list of things that could be categorized as special needs. For me, I do prefer using the word accommodations, or this is a bit longer of a phrase, but I even think about it as taking my needs into consideration. Like when Devin and I travel, for example, there's a lot of things we have to take into consideration. Even just our day-to-day lives, it's kind of non-stop, taking my limitations into consideration. Part of the reason I don't like using the term special needs is because I don't view the needs as special. The needs themselves that I have are basic human needs. The need to breathe, for example, is a very basic need. However, we have to take into consideration that I have very weak lungs, and therefore I need the help of a machine to breathe. I can breathe a little bit on my own, but I have a very low lung capacity, so this machine helps make sure that I'm breathing properly. My wheelchair helps me do a very basic human need of moving around. Mobility, that's a basic human need. Caregivers help disabled people do basic human needs. Some people have communication devices that help them do a basic thing of communicating. A more common thing that people have is glasses. Glasses help you do a basic thing of, seeing clearly. I could also see how the term special needs could cause people to view us in a negative way. It almost connotates that disabled people's needs are beyond the scope of regular needs. Almost like maybe we need celebrity treatment or something. Our needs are special and therefore they're less than. I don't think special needs clearly communicates that our needs are just basic human needs. Another aspect is disability and disabled are actually terms that have legal protection. Disability is meant to protect our rights and our access. So because of that, I think it is good to be in the habit of saying disabled or disability. From a Christian perspective, it's good and godly to protect disabled people's rights. When describing the characteristic of I am a disabled person versus talking about my needs, I do like to separate the two. And the reason why is because most people are not going to have to assist with my needs. For many people, my disability is just irrelevant to our interactions. And since people in their sinful nature have a natural inclination to not want to help others, I do like to not focus on my needs. Because sadly, when people, think that, oh, if I'm around her too much, I'm gonna have to do all this and that and whatever. It could also be my burden complex kicking in on I don't really, like to be upfront with my needs. I prefer to just be like, yeah, I'm disabled, it's a characteristic, but how's the weather? How you doing? And if I talk about my limitations or my needs, whatever, online, it's more so for educational purposes or just because I know people are curious. That's why you're here sometimes. So if I hear the term special needs, it's not going to ruin my day. I'm not going to be offended, but I'm also never going to encourage the use of it. And if you listen this far in the video, you know all the reasons why. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video was edifying to you. And a huge thank you to my supporters. You guys really do bless this ministry tremendously. And God bless you all.
The video you just saw was made by Fallible Christians.
Although we diligently seek to represent the God of the Bible accurately, please understand that we are still being sanctified.
For absolute truth, please refer to the Bible.